So before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land I'm presenting on today. I pay my respect to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today. There are two types of people when it comes to cooking. You have the recipe book people, everything measured, precise, and prepared perfectly. It's logical, it's controlled, it's reliable. The perfect system, if the recipe's right. And then there are those who don't even have a recipe. No tools, no plans, just vibes. They're swapping ingredients, trusting intuition, maybe even lighting something on fire. It's spontaneous, it's unstructured, but it's also imaginative. And sometimes, somehow, it works. One is structured, the other, total chaos. These cooking styles are a metaphor. We've been told that we're either left-brained, analytical, logical, maths-oriented, or right-brained, visual, artistic, emotional. But that binary is too neat. Real creativity doesn't just belong to one side of the brain. Great design lives in the middle. The best designers learn to move between worlds, between recipe follower and freestyler, grid and sketch, logic and imagination. Think of the best dishes. Tasty, precise, but infused with love. That is what design demands. Not balance, but blending. Hi, I'm Georgia Cohn, and calculated creativity is my design philosophy. It's about blending data science and design, using both to become a more intentional, more impactful product designer. It's not just a framework for my work, it's how I see the world. Calculated creativity helps me bring structure to beauty and meaning to function. In high school, I was definitely more left brain. I love maths, solving problems and getting things right. But I had a deep desire to create, to make things look good, feel intentional. Design was who I wanted to become, even if I wasn't good at it yet. So when I started university, I chose interaction design, but I also picked data science as my major, partly as a safety net, but mostly as a bridge. It let me stay in that structured headspace I thrived in, knowing I could explore creativity through data visualization. But sitting between these two worlds was odd. In data science classes, I was the make it pretty person, and in design, I was the can you code this? Too technical for the designers and too creative for the coders. I was straddling logic and creativity, and I didn't quite fit either box. That was until I moved to New York City to study abroad at Parsons School of Design. New York was my living classroom, a place that runs on rules and chaos, where jazz musicians play on a subway platform that runs on scheduled systems. Structure and spontaneity side by side, calculated creativity. Nothing captions tension better than a map. A tangle of shapes, lines, and colors, it can seem chaotic. But maps are one of the most iconic forms of functional design. They don't just show the way, they shape how we move and how we think. To understand New York City, one map won't do. Some maps lean artistic, highlighting landmarks with illustrations, and others are technical, revealing the rigid grid of streets and avenues. Each one is a lens, a framing. But if you're taking the subway, which you should, there's only one map that matters, the New York City subway map. It might seem like a functional diagram, nothing more, but for me, it's a masterclass in calculated creativity. At first glance, confusion, but with time, clarity. So let's peel it back layer by layer and see how data and design come together in motion. So we start with the geography. This is our canvas. In design, it's the layout, the space we work within, and in data science, it's the raw input. Before we can begin, we need to understand the environment we are designing for. And next comes structure and systems. We lay down the subway paths, unstyled, uncolored, just motion. This is our wireframe, mapping flow, not form. In data terms, it's our schema, the blueprint for relationships. We're not decorating, we're analyzing. This is that foundation of function. And now the magic happens. We bring in color. Color transforms function into experience, not just for beauty, but for clarity. Each line becomes a signal, a variable, a story. Design meets logic here, where aesthetic decisions are backed by purpose. And then we layer in the transfer points, the hubs, the intersections, the moments of choice. Our system begins to speak. In design, this is hierarchy. In data science, it's feature selection, surfacing what really matters. Suddenly, our mess becomes meaningful. We've moved from motion to understanding, from color to clarity. Finally, the human layer. We add symbols, walking links, accessibility details. Our system becomes human, like designing for edge cases, not to exclude, but to include. These details show care. Empathy is embedded. Design and data come together, not just to work, but to serve. What first looked like chaos becomes clarity. The subway map isn't just useful, it's beautiful. It reflects the complexity of a city and simplifies it into a story. It's not just a map, it's design and data in harmony. It's a masterclass in calculated creativity. So what I've realized is that's how I design, using both sides of my brain. Structured, but not rigid. Creative, but not chaotic. Like the subway map or the perfect meal, my goal is for my work to feel intentional and effortless. Designers are more than artists or analysts. We are navigators, we are translators. We move between systems and feelings, between logic and imagination. So here is my challenge to you. Don't pick a side. Don't be a recipe follower or a freestyler. Great design, like great cooking, needs both. Use structure to ground your vision and use creativity to bring it to life. That is where the magic happens. That is how we design with calculated creativity. Thank you.